People are telling me, close the state. I had a letter written to me from all the Democrat members of the U.S. Congress in mid-July saying you must shut down Florida.
Governor Desantis strikes again. Now he's talking about Dr. Fauci, guys. You really need to see this clip. So I'm going to run it. I'll have my commentary through the video. Tell me what you guys' thoughts are, and we can build on that conversation, guys. So please like, share, and subscribe. Let's begin.
We're also going to continue to work very hard on education, yes, workforce education, but just the fact, if you think about it, that we work so hard to have the kids in school this whole time. You're going to see when they do these state-by-state results for the nation's report card that we will have done so much better than these lockdown states with.
Now that's something I really want to see. What is the effect of all the lockdowns and versus states that didn't lock down? What happens to their education? To see if kids are getting pushed back, to see the numbers that come out to that. Once those do come out, I think there's probably going to be a massive difference.
Our kids' performance, because you just can't learn right being on Zoom for a year and a half. It doesn't work that way. So we thought that that was very important. I had a lot of opposition when we were doing that back in 2020. And you see somebody like Fauci now, and he's saying he never supported closing schools. He's actually saying that. That is just false. He attacked me for having schools open. Are you kidding me? But I think the fact that he's saying that, the fact that he claims he never advocated lockdowns, even though he criticized Florida, and actually said...
Remember, guys, during that whole pandemic, that the issues with different states, closing and some states not closing, the news and the media basically bombarded them as much as they possibly can. So it's interesting to see how they are, then versus now. And a lot of states are blossoming out of this pandemic versus the other ones are, I would say, typically getting worse.
The summer of 2020, we had COVID wave, first main COVID wave, and people are telling me, close the state. I had a letter written to me from all the Democrat members of the U.S. Congress in mid-July saying you must shut down Florida. I rejected that. I kept it open, and but when they were doing it, he was saying that Florida needed to do this as well, or saying that they really need to think about doing that. And so, but the fact that he's now rewriting history, what that tells us is that's his way. He's never going to admit he was wrong, but that's their way of kind of distancing themselves from the catastrophic damage that those policies inflicted on people throughout this country. You cannot look at the learning loss that we see in states like California and Chicago and all these other places and say that that was somehow good. Because you can look at states like Florida and you can look at other states.
Now, that's up to debate. I want to hear you guys in the comments. Was the lockdowns good, bad, pros and cons? For me, I don't think lockdowns are good. Just, you're compounding more problems upon that. But we can dive into that in the comment section, guys, but let me roll some more.
And see, they had the kids in school. And so how are you going to be able to rationalize that? They cannot rationalize it. But the danger is they're not admitting that they're wrong, and so that's something that they may be willing to do again in the future. And so that's why when I saw...
I'm happy you brought that up. This will happen in the future. I mean, we have people like our famous Dr. Bill Gates, specialist in this area, talks about it will happen again. So if the pandemic happens again, then how are we going to react? Lockdown, stuff like that. What is your next plan? Just tell me what you guys' thoughts are in the comment section about what your guys' plans are for the next pandemic.
This thing with the CDC adding COVID shots to the childhood immunization schedule. They are doing that, and that is going to be a pretext for states throughout this country to mandate that on school children. Some already do. D.C. is trying to do it. Some of the California is trying to do it. And I saw this as something that was likely to be a push at some point. So I had the legislature ban mandates for school children in the state of Florida for COVID.
Now, this is powerful information, guys. I hope this, brought some value to you. Governor Desantis, I do show a lot on my channel. I think he's one of the better governors versus like California's. I don't even know how he won. It just blows my mind. But yeah, it's beside the point, guys. But tell me what you guys thought about the video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.